Welcome back to For Love of the Mix. I'm so happy to have you here. My name's Timothy, and today I wanted to talk to you about a way that you can easily carve space into a mix. And in this case, we're making room for the vocals to sit on top of the instrumentation without removing all the high frequencies from those instruments, which in this case are bells, guitars, an electric piano, even some backup vocals. What we want to do is get the main vocals to be the thing that sits out front. We still want it to blend in, but we want it to be the easiest thing to hear. And what we're going to use for that today is a plugin by Wavefactory called Trackspacer. And Trackspacer is an excellent tool, a unique idea that I haven't really seen in any other plugins. And you might be familiar with sidechain compressing. Well, this is kind of like sidechain EQing. So let's just go over a quick overview of the plugin interface. There's not much to it. Makes it very easy to use. So what we have in the main window here is a low cut and high cut, and these are going to be used to limit the range of the frequency that is affected by the process. We have a simple amount knob, a freeze, so instead of it acting dynamically, we can freeze what it's reacting to from the side chain. And then we just have an advanced panel where we can do pan, change the mode from left and right to mid side, and attack and release settings, and a side chain monitor. But now let me show you how I have things set up in Ableton here, and then we'll get into showing what this plugin does. So I've grouped all my instruments together that I want to take and tame just a little bit to put the vocals in front. So guitar, bass, bells, the group vocals, some other things are grouped together. I've also grouped all 4 vocal tracks together into one group. On the instruments track, I've added one instance of Trackspacer there. That's where this is running from. And then I've sidechained that vocal group into Trackspacer here. And now Trackspacer is going to carve out a frequency space like a dynamic EQ from the instruments when it's hearing those vocals come through. So let me play back and you'll see what's happening there. So in blue, all we're seeing is the frequency spectrum of the instruments. But down below here, we're seeing where this dynamic EQ is carving out the frequencies of the vocals from the instruments. Watch that again. So Trackspacer is just taking and carving out those frequencies from the instruments, the frequencies of the vocals. Right now I have the effect set rather subtly because I don't want there to be any kind of pumping or artifacts from that, but let's just increase it so you can get a better idea of how it's reacting to the vocals.
With middle June, had he not.
So you can see as we're increasing the amount, the more the instruments are getting carved out at the frequencies of the vocals. And you can see here what I've done is limited the range that's affected. I don't really need the low and low mids carved out. Both female singers here, not a whole lot going on down there. So I've limited this effect to everything above 415 hertz. And trimmed off some of the top as well at around 10,000. And here you can adjust your attack and release settings so that it's just a subtle effect coming in and out, and you're not hearing like ducking occurring with your instrumentation as the release goes. Let's take a look at another section of the song. Here the mix gets a little less dense. But we'll still see the effect subtly enhances and brings that vocal forward.
God forgive, I pray, forgive me that I did so long to look upon.
Now let's just take Trackspacer out of that and listen to that again and hear how now the vocal is competing a little bit more in the mix.
God forgive, I pray, for
So can you hear how when Trackspacer is running, you get that nice a little bit of extra room for the vocals to come forward, and it's not competing quite as much. It doesn't sound like anything's happening, but it just moves it forward a little bit. And so this can be an excellent tool for vocals to come forward, really anything that you're trying to get to stand out in the mix. It can even be used for the low end, like kicks and basses, to make some room there. Really anything you're looking to separate in a dynamic way. Well, that's going to do it for today's video, everybody. I appreciate you being here. I hope you found this helpful. And if you've not seen Trackspacer before, well, you can just imagine all the benefits to your mix that this plugin can bring. Of course, it's not a substitute for using good mixing principles throughout your mix, carving out space, but it can just give you that last little extra shine on top. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to help you out if I can. I'll leave a link to this plugin as well that you can check out. It would mean a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up if it was helpful, and subscribe. We'd love to have you back, and have a great time making music, and we'll see you in the next video.